Hello, trading is closed on August 30th, 2017. The only call I made yesterday was that this price would print at some time, but it didn't have to be today. Well, this was a pretty good rally, and it actually broke through a number of levels I thought would hold. It did fail at the end. If you rally all day long, you really should close over these highs, and you certainly shouldn't close under this low. It's a negative pattern, and unless it's invalidated promptly by moving over this high, ideally by gapping over it, unless that happens, lower prices should print tomorrow. Doesn't mean we have to close lower, but there should be a down move at some point. If we gap over this, we've overcome some more significant resistance levels. Let's go over some of the indicators. Well, MEJT gave a buy early on. It gave an ultimate buy and a buy in the afternoon, so it certainly was on the right side. We still have this ultimate target. MEJT system was invented in the summer of 2002. From June through August, it took me 3 months. It's now about 15 years old. It has about 150 ultimate signals a year, so we have about 2,200 odd signals. Not counting this one, I think I have in 15 years about 8 or 9 of them which ultimately have never printed. So about once every 2 years I get one which doesn't print. But that doesn't mean it has to print anytime soon. I've had some that printed much time after the signal was given. Usually you don't have to wait too long, but that's not a requirement. Well, the call for tomorrow is unless we take this high out early, lower prices should print, but let's see what change this has made in the longer term picture. Well, this isn't my stuff. This is George Lindsay's. After this 0.25, we're supposed to get the 3 peaks in a domed house, leading to a collapse. I thought that this 50-day moving average was likely to hold, which it did until today. The break does not count unless we trade over today's close. So if we gap down tomorrow and we don't trade over today's close, this break doesn't count. We have a break of this trend line. It has a price target of undercutting 2381. That's still alive. But it's a bit disconcerting on a smaller time frame that unlike yesterday, today we did break through this channel. The break does not count unless we trade over today's close. So if we gap down tomorrow, the break does not count. So what are the chances we gap down tomorrow? Well, I have to throw this count out because if that's the peak of 2 and that's 1, 2 isn't supposed to go over 1. I could fiddle around with some more A's and B's and stuff, but I just think that isn't the best count anymore, so we'll get rid of it. I came up with one which has a rationale for the high being today. If this is still 1, and that's A, it's possible all this consolidation is just a Fibonacci correction of wave A, and we've made A and B of B, and if that's true, this should hold and we should drop possibly right from the open. We have some nice relationships here if that works, but of course if we take out the high, it all falls apart. The open should be critical tomorrow. If we don't trade over today's close and just keep dropping, we can make a case for this being a high. If we don't trade over this high promptly, it's a negative pattern. But this has broken a lot of trend lines, a lot of resistance levels I didn't think would break. And if we have a gap up over this high, or gap up and trade over it promptly, I don't have anything saying we reverse promptly, and the odds in that case would be good that we close near the high of the day. And that's today's call.